Hey guys, so real quickly before we talk about the survival knives, I do want to mention that it is better to have a multiple tool setup than it is to rely on just one survival knife. So this Gransfors Bruks axe combined with a folding saw and maybe an Enzo fixed blade bushcraft knife, all of these items would be better, but that combination would be better than just having one survival knife. But let's say you just don't have enough space for all these items, or you just want to strap something to your hip. That's where a survival knife really shines. So without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about the top 10 best survival knives. The first knife is the SCHF 36. This is an award-winning knife. It just won an award at Blade Show last week, and I'll leave all that information down in the description box. I'll also leave links for all of these knives in the description box as well as some of the accessories that I have for these knives. So this knife, right off the bat, you can see it comes with a ballistic nylon sheath. Inside the sheath, there's also some sharpening stones and a magnesium fire starter. It has a snap fastener, which makes it really easy to take the knife out. It has 1095 steel. It is has a blade length of, I believe, 5.05 inches, and this is a great knife if you're just starting out because it's only $29. So the things I like about this knife is the handle material. It is very grippy. It's a rubberized material. You can choke up on the blade and get into those finger grooves and just really be able to use this knife for fine carving tasks, or you can choke down on the blade and use this knife and the lanyard for chopping tasks whenever you're going through the woods and you see branches off of trees that maybe look at you the wrong way. So that's the first knife. The next one is the CONDOR BUSHLORE, and this is going to run you around $35 for the wooden handle variant. There's also a micarta variant, which is going to be a little bit more expensive. I really like micarta handles, and the reason I like micarta is just because when it gets wet in the woods, which sometimes happens, when it rains it pours, so sometimes you'll survive a situation, it might rain on you, just because maybe God's mad at you that day. But micarta really adheres to the skin well, so that you're not going to get, your knife isn't going to come loose whenever you're hard using it. This is full tang, and all these knives are full tang, with the exception of one, and I'll point that one out. But this full tang, it runs from the blade through the handle. And the reason for that is it just makes it a lot stronger, rather than that way it doesn't have any points where it could snap in half or something like that. So the next knife I'm going to talk about is the one I referred to just a second ago as far as the knife that is not full tang. This is the Mora Bushcraft Black. The Mora Bushcraft is $50. It has a high carbon steel and has a blade length of 4.3 inches. The handle material for this is a rubberized, very grippy material. It has a Scandinavian grind, which is one of my favorite grinds, and it really grabs the wood, really bites into the wood, as they say. Another thing is that whenever you use a ferrocerium rod, it really showers the sparks. This is just a great, one of the best knives that can shower sparks with a ferrocerium rod. It has that 90-degree, really sharp 90-degree spine. Now, although I use a leather sheath for mine, and I'll leave, like I said, links in the description box for where I got that, I also like the plastic sheath that this comes with. It's kind of like a dangler setup, and I really like how Mora knives you can clip the belt clip to not only your belt but also your pocket. And a lot of times I'll just walk out when I'm going hiking or whatnot, and I'll just clip this to my pocket liner. So that is the Bushcraft Black. The next knife, if you want a knife that is just a beast, just a tank of a knife, you don't have to worry about it snapping in half on you, this is the BECKER BK2. And this is starting to get away from the budget types of knives. This one is around $70 as opposed to the Bushcraft Black, which is $50. This knife comes with a 1095 Crowvan steel, full tang of course. The blade is 5 inches long. I wrapped it with tennis racket handle materials. I see a lot of people doing that these days. I also put some high-vis duct tape on it just so it make it easier to find in the woods. And I attached some paracord on this. This is a live fire paracord, which means that it has fire tinder integrated into the strands. I didn't like the sheath that the BK2 came with. In fact, I think I might have even thrown it away because that's how much I didn't like it. So yeah, I'm not going to talk about this sheath very much in this video because, like I said, I have a video that covers that. Next knife is the COLDSTEEL SRK. SRK stands for Survival Rescue Knife, and this is also around $70. This has AUS 8A steel. The length of the blade is 6 inches long, and I really like the handle material that is used. It's very rubberized, very grippy, probably one of the grippiest, if not the grippiest, of the handle materials of these top 10 knives that I'm talking about. Now really quickly about the AUS 8A steel is that it's a stainless steel as opposed to the 1095s and 1075 steels, which are going to need a lot more maintenance to prevent rust. This is full tang, although you can't really see it through the handle. It is full tang, and it comes with a Kydex sheath with a button fastener, and the belt loop on this is very user friendly. You can take it off and put it on without having to take your belt off, so I like that aspect of it. The next knife is one of my top 3 favorite knives, and this one is just over $100, and the rest of them are also going to be over $100. This one, I'm surprised that it's not mid 100s. This is the BLACKBIRD SK5. It uses 154 cm steel, and it has a 5-inch blade. It is full flat grind, full tang of course, and it has micarta handles, which are these are some of my favorite micarta handles out of the knives that I'm showing you in this video. This might not look like an elegant knife, but the genius of this is within the simplicity of the design. This is an all-around amazing knife. I really can't say enough good things about this knife. It's very lightweight as well. And for those of you who are into tactical types of items, maybe you like to wear camouflage pants everywhere you go, this would be maybe a great sheath for you. It's MOLLE compatible, and there's a fastener, a snap fastener, and it's very user friendly. I can't complain about the sheath. Next knife is the Tops Brothers of Bushcraft knife. This knife is $120. It has 1095 high carbon steel, and the blade length is 4.5 inches long. Full tang, of course. It has micarta handle scales. It has great jimping on the top, which gives you more control over the blade, and it has a modified Scandinavian grind. It also has a divot on the base of the tang, which can help you use the fire starter, the magnesium fire starter that comes with it. The sheath on this rotates 360 degrees, which also adds to the versatility of this knife, meaning that you can strap this maybe to a backpack strap that goes over your shoulder, and you can easily access it that way. Next knife is also around the same amount, $120, $130, and this is the ESEE 6, and this is another one of my top 3 knives that I'm showing you. Now this variant is not something you're going to be able to find in stores. These are things that I added on. The sheath is also Red Rhino Customs, and the handle material is actually G10, and I'll leave a link where I got that as well. The reason I went with the G10 handles, in addition to liking orange, as you can see from my other knives, I like to have orange because it's very high vis, but this G10 handle materials, they came with it has a palm swell as opposed to the micarta handle scales that come with it as a default. This is a great knife. One of the other ones I can't say enough nice things about. It has a 6-inch blade length, 1095 steel. You can choke up on it to use for finer carving tasks such as feathering. Just it has a great feel to it. It's also pretty lightweight for what you're getting. And I could not be happier with this knife and the customizations that I made. Of course, I'll leave links for all those in the description box. The second to last knife that I'll be talking about today is the FALLKNIVEN F1. Now, the F1 is a knife that they use in Sweden. This is a Swedish knife, hence the name FALLKNIVEN. But it's a knife that is used by pilots, the fighter pilots. In case they have a downed aircraft, this allows them to be able to survive out in the woods. It has a blade length of 3.8 inches long, and in case that's too short of a blade for you, they have a larger variant known as the FALLKNIVEN A1, in case you're interested, which is going to be pricier than this, which is around $130. I like the sheath that comes with this. It's Kydex, I believe, and it has a button fastener as well as snap fastener, full tang, VG10 laminate steel. This is a great lightweight knife if you're just going out on a day hike, or maybe you're a pilot in the Swedish Air Force. Now, the last knife, like I mentioned before, is going to be less budget friendly than any of the previous 9. This is a knife that maybe you already have some of these other knives and you just want to take the next step. Maybe you got a lot of money, or maybe you don't mind investing in an item with a lifetime warranty, handmade in America, custom knife. Then this knife is going to be for you. And it's the BLACKHEART Gunner 12. And this, like I said, this is a custom-made knife. The other knives that I showed you are production knives. So depending on how much money you're spending on, depends on how much time and effort is put into each one. This one takes 2 weeks to make, and he hand makes each one of them, like I said. The steel used on this is A2 steel, which is the same steel that is used to make tools. So that's pretty awesome. The handle materials are micarta. The handle also really feels the hand really well, and I love that about this knife. That's probably one of my favorite things about this knife. It also has a depression in the spine so that you can really hang on to it when you're using it. You can choke up on it if you need to use it for fine carving. It also has some jimping both on the spine of the blade and also on the handle. It does have a little lanyard hole, and you could also use this for maybe punching through glass or whatnot if you're angry enough. The blade grind on this is what's known as a true zero grind. Is true zero convex grind. This is hand ground so that it has basically no grind other than a convex grind all the way from the edge of the blade to the spine of the blade. The sheath that is used on this, it has a tech lock attachment. It's made out of Kydex. It's the same guy that makes this makes this Kydex sheath. But yeah, so this knife is definitely my favorite as far as not including the sheath. If I'm just holding this knife compared to any of these other knives, this is my favorite one to use and to wield, as it were. The price on this is around $585 before a discount, and I'll leave a discount code in the description box so that you can get 15% off. There is a smaller variant that's known as the Gunner 10. This is the Gunner 12. The Gunner 10 is going to be much cheaper, or significantly cheaper compared to this anyways. But yeah, he makes other knives, not just the Gunner 12. But keep an eye on BLACKHEART knives. It's just basically one guy who's running the one-man show, And I really support people who are making quality items, and they're just a small business trying to make a living, and that really speaks to me. So those are the top 10 survival knives. Here are some runner-ups. But anyways guys, that's all I got. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for all the support. I really appreciate it. Y'all take care, and remember, it pays to be prepared. God bless.